Welcome to another episode in the Chute. I'm Brandon Carpenter. With me is my son Calen, and he's down from warm Kentucky, and I'm here from cool Montana. So, all right, Calen, what do you got for us for what's in the Chute today?
I wanted to bring up something that seems like an actually typically it's a small insignificant item, especially to us. But just like barbed wire and how it has its own history in the American West, I wanted to talk about shaps because we as a family have never really used shaps. You look at the rodeo world, they've got blingy shaps essentially. They've got cool furls and stuff like that, but it's all for show. And we do have a couple, like we've got a set of chinks and a set of shaps, one or two. And then I think Braden and I have some handmade shaps that my uncle made when we were little. And they'll probably just hang up because they're really nice. What do you think about shaps? Why do we not use them really is kind of the big question. Did you, growing up with two grandpas that were heavy in the livestock industry and then your own family, did you use shaps much growing up or no?
Yes, a lot,
Really? Okay.
especially the fall, winter time, early spring. Um, Made a big difference keeping your legs warm,
And dry.
uh, dry.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's different. You're right. You missed bat wings. When I was a kid, I wore mostly batwing chaps, which were, it has the leg, and then from the back of the leg, it's got just a long piece of leather that's the full length. And so they would flop, but they lay against the horse a little bit more, and they're just called big like batwings.
Mhm.
Um, I've got a set of shotgun chaps that is in the tack room that I wear occasionally. The problem is I'm on a diet right now because the legs are a little tight.
Mhm.
So I got to fit back in my chaps. But that set of chaps, in fact, I wore when I was a warden and working in the backcountry in the fall, wintertime. I wore those chaps all the time back there. Fact is, there was I was back there a week one time, rode in for the early season hunt, and had a horse and a pack horse, and there was I think four of us back there going different directions. We'd work in pairs, but um, that next morning, sometime during the night, it started raining, and it rained solid for 5 6 days.
Mhm.
And every night come in, and we actually had a Forest Service cabin to stay in. It was a Slough Creek Ranger Station, is where it was, just north of the park boundary, Yellowstone. And every night we'd come in, and my chaps would be finally they soaked through, even though they were oiled. It was raining so much they soaked through. We'd bring these our chaps in and hang them inside, try to get them dried out a little bit through the night. Of course, it made the cabin humid as hell, but it made a big difference. I'd have probably been hypothermic for that trip because it was right at the edge of some snow would fall,
Mhm.
and mostly rain. But it rained so hard, and I pulled the lead on my horse one day, and or one of these days, and the water just drained out of the lead rope as I pulled it, kind of taut a little bit. But I've never had it like that bad. Uh, Found a spruce tree at lunchtime. We'd make sandwiches and take them with us, back up into a spruce tree and try to get away from the water so we could at least eat halfway dry sandwiches. It was definitely shap weather. So yeah, we cold weather in the wintertime. We just haven't done that much riding like that, I don't think, where it warranted it, all day type thing. And you guys, I would probably expect when you get a little older and you finish uh, growing, shall we call it, and you get yourself sized with a set of chaps, you'll probably wear them more and more. They're really nice, especially brushy country.
Yeah.
I like the shotguns or the bat wings, either one that go full length over your, down to your boot. I got friends that love chinks, and to me, they never made any sense in this country because we get enough snow, water that the fringes that hang off of them are designed for the water to run off those fringes and then down. But in this country, you get it more water than they do in the Southwest, where they are more traditional, where it doesn't rain that much. It's mostly for brush, and the top of your legs, but still it doesn't protect the bottom side, from your knee down. It doesn't do that much for you. So never thought chinks did that much for you. They use them as shoeing chaps
Yeah.
or bale chaps more than anything.
That's what I was gonna say. Is the only times I would have needed them is shoeing or trimming horses, and then uh, throwing hay bales. But even with the hay bales, we wear our Carhartts to have the double front, and so it's not a big deal. It's don't have to worry about it. But for shoeing chaps, they are handy because if you have a sharp hoof, I've got a scar on the inside of my bicep because of a sharp hoof.
Yep.
Or you've said before, nails. If you don't pull those nails and twist them off quite right away, they not only could they scrape you, but they could potentially kill you if they stab you in the wrong spot.
Now you could cut a femoral artery pretty
Yeah.
easily with a horseshoe nail. If it's,
Yeah, that's always something I've been very concerned about because it is especially on a hind hoof that is, or not a hind hoof, a front hoof is really, you throw those nails in there and it's right between your legs and they yank back and it's going right into your leg.
Had that happen, I think we've talked about that before in another episode. But
Yep.
yeah, shaps are a really good tool that I see sometimes people wear them in the heat of the summertime. I was like, no, I don't use them then. They're to me, they're like a raincoat for your legs.
Yeah. Well, and that makes sense too because I don't think I've ever really seen anybody wear these, and I don't remember what they're called, but the big heavy wool chaps.
Yeah.
Yep, they're supposed to keep you nice and cozy. Those are like true winter, like in the
Yep.
middle of like 40 below, like riding your horse type of weather.
Yeah, they're made. A lot of those were made out of like Angora goat
Oh,
uh,
really? Okay.
hide and real long fur.
Mm-hmm.
Or that didn't have a lot of real heavy leather with them, but had a lot of long wool on the outside. Uh, they're great for wintertime. I've never worn them myself. Both my grandpas, they're a thing of the past, really, because they're super expensive.
Yeah.
They're something you would wear every day in that kind of weather, but they said they are so warm that it's not even funny. So,
Yeah. That
we
makes
kind of
sense.
come along technologically with like Carhartts,
Yeah.
insulated pants that you don't need them. Of course, I don't, me, I don't wear a lot of Carhartt pants. I just don't wear bibs, even though I've got several pair. It has to be pretty dang cold for me to put on a set of Carhartts, and I just don't do it. But I just don't like the way it restricts you. I like to be able to, when I'm in a saddle, I like to be able to sit in that saddle, and chaps don't restrict you like a Carhartt does.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course, it doesn't
Um,
protect your crotch either. So there's there's that.
yeah. I think this will probably be a short episode, but I will end with this. If you were to be in the rodeo and had your own custom-made chaps, what would you have them colored? What would be your color theme or setup? I'll tell you mine first while you think about it.
Oh my
Mine would
god!
be black chaps, just pure black chaps,
And
and
pink
then
fringe.
yep, got it. Pink
I know you. I know
glitter.
you.
It'd probably be glitter pink so that the girls would like it.
uh, you know, I'm probably the black is pretty traditional.
Yeah,
So I would probably do black with, and if you had to have fringe on them, it'd probably be silver,
silver. Okay,
black and silver fringe. Yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah, yeah.
All
God,
right.
it's god awful, but what a thought.
All right, with that, I will put it out to pasture.